Present.
Cape President Mark,
Present.
Director of Legislative Affairs Jacob. Not here. Director of Public Relations Nick. Directors of Activities Amon.
Here.
Directors of Communications Amy, present. Senator David. Did he just left?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Senator Soleil. Senator
Here,
Soleil.
sorry. Here.
You're good. Senator Rachel.
Here.
Senator Reed.
Here.
Senator Stacy.
Present.
Senator Mary Kay. She's popping in. Senator Hamza.
Present.
Senator Beheshta.
Present.
Senator Sasha. Senator Afsoon. And Senator Oscar. Okay, got you, Jacob. Seems, how many people there are? 18, so 15 out of 18, a quorum has been met.
Okay, awesome. And then I just see Mary Kay's message in chat that she's present also.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to adoption of the agenda. I hope you guys all got to take a look at it. It's another light schedule today. You can find that on the website. So I'll give you guys like a few seconds to look it over. Okay, if there are no objections, the agenda will be adopted. Hearing and seeing no objections, the agenda is adopted. And moving on to approval of the minutes. So it says October 30th, but we do have also the minutes from the meeting before that also, because I missed it, my fault. So if you guys could take a look at both of those, I sent those out like, a few minutes before the meeting. Again, I will do better in the future, try to get this out to you beforehand. Okay, let's go with the 23rd first. Are there any objections to the minutes for October 23rd? Okay, hearing and seeing no objections for the minutes for October 23rd, they will be adopted, they will be approved, sorry. And then moving on to the minutes for October 30th, so that was last week. Are there any objections to October 30th?
Yes, I object.
Go ahead.
It says I'm present, but absent, but I would like to have it as an excused absent, please.
Excused absence. Okay. So Amy, if you could mark those down in the minutes for October 30th.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries. Happens. So if there are no other objections, okay, the minutes will be approved. Awesome. So we got those two out of the way. Yay. Moving on to chair message. Hi, everyone. Let's see. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to start by, there is a POI training, district-wide training for those that are working in those district-wide task forces. Right now we have 3 POIs for the 5 groups. We have Nick for the communications task force. We have Mark for basic needs task force. And we have myself as a Black Lives Matter task force POI. If you guys know anyone more qualified, I will be happy to step down as the POI. I'm happy to do it, but again, this is open to any student at ARC. So if you are interested in any of these POIs, so the other ones that we're missing are student services and legislative affairs. We currently have no POI and no members at all from ARC for those. And I am currently the only member right now marked for Black Lives Matter Task Force. So if you yourself are interested, please email me or text me, or bring it up during your during your board member reports. And then if you know anybody who might be interested, or just if you guys could spread the word, because this is a new thing, nobody really knows about this. Please do that. We want to make sure that ARC is represented. I'm really glad that ARC is pretty well represented in the Basic Needs Task Force, which I think is really important, since ARC has like the largest amount of low-income students of the 4 colleges in our district. So we're good on that. But it's really important that we are represented on those other task forces, especially since this is a new thing. We're basically inventing the wheel here, and we want to make sure that ARC's voice is added there. So like I said, if you're interested, let me know. If you spread the word, please, and find someone who's interested, let me know. And again, that POI for Black Lives Matter Task Force, I'm currently marked down as it, but I can step aside if you know someone more qualified. So let's see, what other announcements? Next week, which would be today's the 6th. So next week, we are not meeting. Our student senate meeting for that day is canceled. But we will have, there is the vice president of ARC student impression panel. So if you guys could make that, that'd be awesome. I think, let's see who was on the last one. From student senate, we had Stacy and Mary Kay, and I think we had a really good time. I did. So if you guys can make it, that'd be awesome. We probably need to start thinking of questions for those. So Brett, you can add more on that. I'm assuming we're not using the same ones that we did for student president, for campus president. So, and I think that's all I have for chair message. So moving on to advisor message. Take it away, Brett.
All right, y'all. Happy Friday. Aloha. It's been a wild week, right? School-wise, what's going on in the country, everything else. So I'm glad you all are here. It's easy to kind of tune out, or to kind of forget about, responsibilities in times like this. I'll be honest, Wednesday, I did not get much work done. I was glued to that television. So, I commend you all for still showing up and showing out every week. I'm on this listserv with people like myself across the state, and it seemed like mid-October, a lot of people are saying, like, my students aren't showing up, they're not responding to emails, right? And there's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm blessed. This board continues to come here every Friday and participate. So shout out to each and every one of you. I want to thank Naomi too. They were working at a election polling station this week. So shout out to you for doing that. I know that's not easy work, especially given our current climate with the pandemic and everything else going on. So thank you for doing that. All right, just a couple things. I want to pick up where Naomi left off with those district task force. Like Naomi said, if you know someone, they don't have to be on Senate to serve on those. So if you know someone that wants to get involved in student leadership, but might not be able to make, every Friday at 10:30, that's a perfect way to kind of introduce them to some experiences in the district and on our campus. So if you know anyone, you can either let Naomi or myself know, and we'll try to put them in place with the right folks, with Tony or with the student trustee advisor, Deborah Knowles from Sac City. Stacy, I saw your comment, and yes, that's what I'm going to do here as soon as this meeting's done, is reach out to their advisors, see if they know anyone. So I'm going to run through my list real quick here. So another shout out goes to the folks that Naomi mentioned that was served on the president impression panel. So it was Stacy, Mary Kay, Mark, and I'm totally blanking out on the other student that wasn't on Senate. I see their face. I cannot remember their name.
It's Zach, right? Zach.
Zach. There you go. From Research Club. So they did an excellent job not only interviewing the 4 candidates, but also debriefing and sharing strengths and weaknesses. So shout out to all of you. I turned those in Saturday last week. So no update yet on where they're at with that search or anything. The moment I find out, I will let you all know. But y'all offered some really good insights on all 4 of the candidates. So stay tuned for that. Naomi mentioned the vice president one is next Friday. So if you didn't get a chance to participate last Friday and you want to participate this Friday, this is essentially so it's the vice president of instruction. So basically the entire faculty's new boss. So you have a real opportunity to ask them questions, get your impressions of them, to relay that back to the hiring committee. So I encourage you all to attend. We don't have a time yet. I literally got an email while Naomi was speaking that they're wrapping up round 1 interviews today, and then they will reach out to whoever the finalists are and schedule times for next Friday. So the moment I find out what time it is, I will, and the candidates and all that, I will let you all know. But the questions are due Wednesday by noon. So they don't have to be the same questions y'all asked last week. Because it's different roles, I would suggest you ask a couple different questions, especially about academic side of the house. They won't really be able to do much in terms of like basic needs. They can do a little bit, but really their focus is on, scheduling, relationships with faculty, grievances, all that stuff. So keep that in mind. And myself and Naomi will probably be reaching out to you all soon. So couple other things. Consumeness is opening up their food pantry today. They're doing a trial run at it to see how it goes. I know the ARC folk are going over there today to kind of see how it goes and logistics and everything, with the hope that ARC is going to do one soon. Don't know the day yet, but they did get approval from the district to start opening up food pantries. So I do know that it will be in front of the ranch house. It won't be in front of the gym like it used to be when we were on campus normal. It will be right in front of the ranch house. So if you were able to pick up like technology or whatever through the campus, it'll be that same spot. So right behind Davies Hall. I will let you all know the day and time as soon as I get it. I might be there, I'm not sure yet, but something to think about. Let's see, Wednesday there's no school, so don't log into your classes. Take that day to sleep in. It is Veterans Day, so reflect on maybe you have a veteran in your life somehow, somewhere. But if you're able, take that day and get some rest, because it's been a grind. That's why we're also trying to have Friday off, so that y'all have a couple days to kind of recoup, refresh for the stretch run before finals. So, make sure you take time for yourself. The tutoring center, the LRC, is hiring tutors. Stacy might be able to elaborate on that a little bit more, but they are hiring. So I posted the flyer on the Instagram page for ASB. So if you're interested or know someone interested, follow those steps and apply. And with that, Sasha, I don't know about volunteering. I will find out. My gut tells me no, but I could be wrong. I will find out. With that, I'm still on cloud nine. The Dodgers won the World Series. And I bought a new pair of LeBrons this morning. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Naomi. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. So we will move on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the Student Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken or extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to make a comment? Brett, if you had anything, we know you count as a member of the public for this, so you can talk here too. Awesome. I'm not a member of the public, but I will say just what Brett was saying. We don't have parliamentarians to stop us. I'll probably share another one of those question sheets that we used for the last one. So look for that today. Okay. Is there anyone who's really a member of the public who wishes to say anything? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to appointments and swearing in. I do not know of any appointments or swearing in today. I will remind us that we have a vacant Director of Finances position. So if anyone wants to be appointed to that position for the future, reach out to me. And okay, moving on to unfinished business. We have no unfinished business. We also have no new business, so I'm going to skip that and we're just going to move on to committee reports. So, like I said, it's a pretty sparse meeting today, but if you guys have any committee reports, now's the time. Oh, Mark, if you want to share something from the Executive Leadership Committee.
Yeah, sure. I was just getting ready to pull up real quick. All right, cool. So ELT was on the 2nd, so they're going to be doing a professional development course for faculty and staff. They're also going to be creating an equitable advisory committee. They're going to be rolling out the Equitable Decision Tool 2.0. Right now it was just in pilot mode, but they're actually going to be rolling it out to be used across. They are designing and creating physical home bases locations that are going to be set up for when we return to normal operations. They're also going to be establishing a virtual African American Cultural Center. So I'll have more information on that. They're going to be rolling that out in spring 2021. So that's what I have right now with ELT.
Thank you, Mark, for sharing, and thank you, Mark, for taking that over on Monday. Okay, is there anyone else with a committee report?
Chair.
Go ahead.
So Sulai's going to send out an email to members of the work group to remind them, but basically we're trying to get companies to request donations for the scholarship. And if anyone, outside of the work group or inside of the work group has any suggestions on companies to go to, we'd really appreciate it if you could email us them so that we could maybe get working on that, because this next 2 months is going to be really crucial in us making this scholarship successful. So, yeah.
Sure, that's right, because March will be when we can get that out, actually. So definitely. Okay. So you heard Jacob. Any other committee reports? Okay. Hearing and seeing no other committee reports, we'll move on to board member reports and announcements. like I said, your time to basically say anything you want. I know Research Club met yesterday, and I got to follow along. Sounded really cool. I have to say I was a little lost, but thank you, Stacy, for being willing to try to get me set up there. Okay, let's see. Any other board member reports or announcements?
Chair.
Go ahead, Sasha.
I voted in person at ARC on Tuesday. A lot of fun to go in person and see AR for the first time in since March. So that was an experience.
I bet. Yeah.
Chair.
You go ahead. Yeah.
So CABE has officially reached out to a couple companies. So we'll be doing the self-care engagement project events. Mario has dates and times set up for different events. So I'll be sending an email out later on today. We don't have the Zoom links or anything like that yet, but we have the rough idea of dates and times and what we're going to be doing. So I'll definitely let everybody wait to attend. Basically, the goal of this is basically just for like a de-stressor. We're coming up, so if you want an opportunity to kind of de-stress.
Oh, I think Mark, your sound cut off. But yep. So CABE meets every Tuesday, except this week they didn't meet. But so if you guys are interested in coming, especially since we don't have a Senate meeting next week, just kind of seeing what CABE is up to. You'd be a member of the public in that one, so you wouldn't be part of roll. You wouldn't have to do roll call, and you'd have limited chance to speak. But it's a good way to know what's going on, since we're linked right here with CABE. So
Sorry about that. Thank you.
go ahead. Okay. Any other board member reports or announcements?
Chair,
Go ahead.
can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Committee?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. So I just wanted to know what's going on with the committee. Haven't really heard from anybody since the last time we met. So
Which committee is this?
basic needs.
Basic needs. Okay. So if Jacob wants to say anything about that, what I know is he just mentioned the donations work group. So we have basically split the basic needs work group into different task forces. And some of these task forces can't really meet. Sorry, I'm getting a call. I don't know what that's about. A Zoom call. What's that? Okay. I don't know what that is, but yes. So we split it into different task forces there, and one of them was the donations or work groups, whatever they're called. But some of these work groups cannot really meet until some other steps are taken. So right now, the donations work group is working on getting donations from these different companies. So they're trying to do that right now. And Sule, I see your mic's off, so I'm assuming you want to, go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that. So it's been a little difficult to secure donations as of right now because the what is it called, the ARC office of whoever handles the donations. They won't they won't allow us to pretty much start asking until we have a compiled list of donors.
Sule, I believe you.
As of right now.
Your mic's cut off for a second, but
yeah, sorry, my internet's out. So what I was saying was pretty much overall, to summarize it, is that it's hard to secure donations as of right now. So me and Jacob are trying our best to compile a list of companies so we can ask the Office of the Philanthropy if we can go ahead and start even asking for donations from those companies. So if you guys have companies in mind, please email me or Jacob those companies, and hopefully we can get those as soon as possible.
I have a question about that actually. Does it have to be companies? Can we ask individuals as well? Like as is, does that work?
I believe we can ask individuals as well.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Naomi, can I hop in for 2 seconds?
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
everything Sule and Jacob are saying, yes, that's correct. I don't know the world of fundraising, but I do know that the Office of Philanthropy has to cultivate those relationships, right? So they have to, you know, if they have a donor that donated to that STEM building, right, they want to make sure that they're the ones doing the messaging about other philanthropic efforts that might be coming up. So it's not that they don't want donations for the scholarship fund. That's not what they're doing. It's just that they have those already built relationships, and they want to make sure that those stay, you know, you got to play the game, right? And so I think that's where they're coming from. It's not to try to block ASB from fundraising for a scholarship. So I hope no one takes it that way, but that's just some context.
Thank you, Brett. Yeah, totally. I had something to say and I forgot it, but that's okay. Any other board member reports or announcements? Oh, actually, I do have one. Actually, I have a question. Sasha, yeah, on the spot here, but I want to know how your Halloween thing went. You don't have to say it right now, but you know, I would love to hear it.
So it definitely wasn't the same, like at all, because, you know, in person we had a lot more people, but we did have a good turnout. It was, I think it went pretty well for what we had. We had a lot of people interested in biology because I think it was biology or chemistry because we had exploding pumpkin.
Oh.
And that, yeah, so that one was very highly sought after, but I think overall it went well. In person, we definitely had a lot more people, and it was a total different vibe, but you know, we got what we could for this year.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I really wish I could have made it, but it sounded like a fun time. Gotta let me know how I can explode one of my pumpkins. You know, they're going bad, so might as well do that with them, I guess. Okay, any other board member reports or announcements? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we're gonna move on to public comment. And this time is reserved for members of the public to address the Student Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken or extended discussion of any items not in the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for that item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Oh, I thought of that other thing that I was going to say, but I'm not a member of the public, but I'm just going to. Brett, you are a member of the public, so you can speak on this, but I want to know how the, at a previous meeting, we talked about tech barriers for student senators and CABE members. So I was wondering, you know, I think you said you'd reach out to the tech department. Might be getting my stuff not straight there, but just any information on that would be.
Sure. So a couple options. There are very limited computers, Chromebooks left for general student population, right? For, you know, your computer shuts down tonight and you got a paper due Monday or something, right? There's very few left. IT has some computers, but they're for student employees. The other option is you can use your 72 funds to purchase said technology. It would take a while. I think I explained that like, not only do you have to get the requisition, but IT needs to do a quote. It would be property of Student Senate. It wouldn't be like your computer. It's the same as buying like office supplies for the ASB, Senate, CABE offices. So that is an option. But if you're in need of a computer just because you got homework to do and stuff, then that's different than doing Senate business. And we can have that conversation. You can reach out to me or Naomi if you have questions about that.
So my concern is more the Wi-Fi. And I know that some professors were given these Wi-Fi generators. And I think we talked about last time, like going through IT to do this. So I just want to know if we wanted to purchase these kind of, Wi-Fi generators, or if someone really does need like, a device that they can actually attend these Zoom meetings on. What is the next step that we can do? I mean, normally we would write a bill, right? But I'm assuming with something like this big, is it, do we need to reach out to tech first there?
So I can reach out to IT and get like a quote. That we could do that without a bill. It could just be so that you can have the information for a bill.
Yeah.
If someone knows they like specifically what type of Wi-Fi, like whether it's a hotspot or a generator or whatever, get that info to me and I'll pass it on to IT and say, hey, this is what they're thinking and how many would want to be purchased, and then we could go from there. They could turn that around pretty quick, probably.
Okay. So I do not know the specifics on that. If someone does know, you can email me. And if this is something you're interested, again, please just email me and Brett, because, we want you guys to be successful in Student Senate, as representatives for the student population. Okay. So are there any other, real public comments, since I am not a member of the public? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to adjournment. Okay. This meeting will be adjourned at 11:03 a.m. Woo. Okay.
I'll just
Oh,
add.
hang on. Let me stop recording 1 second.
Okay.
Once I figure out how to again.